A major stretch of I-25 is shut down tonight, and so is a major stretch of Interstate 40. It is closed from Louisiana Boulevard in Albuquerque all the way to Amarillo, Texas. News 13's Nancy Laughlin is along I-40 near Louisiana with that part of our team coverage. Nancy?
Dean, that's right. In fact, state police tell us tonight that they've actually shut it down westbound from Moriarty all the way to the Texas state line tonight as well. So I-40 shut down in both directions. We were out in this stuff. We want to show you firsthand. We drove into Klein's Corners this afternoon, and the ice and the snow were very heavy in places. We also saw police out checking out road conditions along I-40. Police say they shut down the interstate in major cities like Albuquerque and Amarillo, Texas, because they did not want people stuck out on the roads. They say hotels in the smaller towns along I-40 have filled up. We spoke with drivers who were out in this storm, and they say it was slow going.
Real slow, real icy, real thick. You gotta stay in the trails of the road. If you get off the side, you just slide right off.
Okay, police tell me that they plan on having the interstate back open first thing tomorrow morning. They are going to be monitoring this, but again, I-40 shut down in both directions tonight, eastbound and westbound, all the way to the Texas state line. Back to you.
All right, Nancy, thank you very much. Heading west of the metro on I-40, you are in for a real mess. Grant's got more than a foot of fresh snow today. According to NM Roads, it is dicey driving on all the major highways from Grants to the Arizona state line with blowing snow as well as icy roads. More than 100 miles of I-25 is shut down tonight after the winter storm sent drivers off the roads and into each other. News 13's Ian Schwartz is in Las Vegas in the heart of it. Ian?
Dean, a handful of National Guardsmen and state police officers are helping stranded drivers. This is in between Clayton and Springer here in the Northeast. Now, I was told some of these drivers disobeyed road closed signs. We don't know exactly how many drivers are out there, but they are being taken to the National Guard Armory in Springer, which is being set up as a temporary shelter. Now, the big issue for those drivers and others on I-25 has been the snow, the wind, and the ice. Whiteout conditions have caused crashes on I-25 earlier today. After a handful of those, state police said enough is enough, and they shut down I-25. Right now, it is shut down all the way to the Colorado state line. Hotels here in Las Vegas are filling up fast with drivers that have nowhere to go.
There is a lot of people, they're coming in, they're really hoping to get past, at least get to Colorado, but they're not able to because they've shut down the roads, and so it's pretty bad out there.
It is pretty bad out there. It's pretty bad out here. We're starting to see these roads ice over. State police are on guard here to make sure no one attempts to head northbound on I-25. Now, if we scoot it over there to the south side, we can head southbound toward Santa Fe. The main reason they did shut down I-25 northbound at Santa Fe is we're running out of room here for people to stay, and they don't want people to have to stay on the roads because they are not going that way, and for good reason. Back to you, Dean.
All right, Ian, thank you very much. And Santa Fe is now the end of the line for northbound travelers. The freeway north of Santa Fe is closed there, and that's where we find News 13's Alex Tomlin. Alex?
Dean, the snow has started falling again here in Santa Fe. It was falling pretty heavily just after sunset, and then it just quit for a few hours. And about half an hour ago, these little flurries have come back, falling down now. But I want to show you something that's underneath about the inch of snow here. We're at the Capitol. Is this layer of ice, which is extremely tricky, to walk on or especially to drive on. And many people are spending the night here in Santa Fe because of that freeway closure. I spoke to half a dozen hotels who say there should be no shortage of rooms. Let's take a look at some video we shot earlier tonight. This is the plaza. Tourists and business owners say the snow is great, putting everyone in the holiday and, more importantly, shopping spirit.
Well, we just think the snow helps and the atmosphere of Santa Fe, and everybody loves Santa Fe.
Oh, we're loving this cool and the snow, and the kids, they've been playing in it, so it's great.
We're from San Francisco.
And what do you think of the snow?
It's great, actually. It's nice. Where we come from, it's just kind of cold and rainy, but it's nice to have a little bit of winter.
This is great. I haven't seen snow in about 20 years, and it's nice to see it again.
Foot traffic on the plaza and road traffic has significantly slowed here in Santa Fe. Now here's a look of where traffic is being diverted on I-25 North, where that freeway closure is again. Officials tell us they expect to open back up the freeway sometime tomorrow, but they haven't set a time. They'll just have to see how things go. Dean?
All right, Alex, thank you very much. And it's not just to the north and the east that got slammed with snow. The metro was hit hard as well. News 13's Katie Kim has been driving out in the snow all day, and she is live now in northeast Albuquerque. Katie?
Dean, believe it or not, parts of the Albuquerque metro area also saw whiteout driving conditions earlier today as well. Now, if you take a look at the roads, it's a little bit deceiving because you don't see any snow accumulated on the grounds, but city officials say that doesn't make things any less dangerous out there. From the west side to the foothills, downtown to Rio Rancho, wintry weather hit all parts of Albuquerque's metro.
They were really giant flakes this morning.
Snow was falling so hard near Wantabo and Eubank this morning, it created near whiteout driving conditions on I-40. A few hours later, still no relief. Falling flakes and blowing wind reduce visibility along Tramway. And further up the foothills,
I'm shoveling the driveway because it's really steep.
residents shoveled, then reshoveled, taking full advantage of the few hours of daylight and warmer temperatures.
It'll freeze before it melts, or it'll melt and then freeze, and I have to do it now because I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to get in my driveway.
The snowfall was more like rainfall in many metro areas, including downtown and the Northeast Heights. Mainly, it made for wet roads and slushy driving conditions. But drivers fear these puddles will turn more into ice rinks come morning.
If it keeps up like it is, we're going to get a good dump, and it's going to be real difficult to get to work.
But the city says it's ready for the overnight freezing temperatures, and they'll have all hands on deck.
That's why we're going to bring our bulk of our crews on about 2:30 this morning, tomorrow morning, and carry those through the rush hour to try to make the morning commute as safe as we can for everybody.
But for now, most Albuquerque residents are hoping the snow sticks around.
I love it. My daughter loves it too.
Back here live in Northeast Albuquerque, it looks like we are getting a break from the snow and rain. But again, these roads are still very wet and at times very slushy. So black ice will be our biggest concern as we go into the overnight with the below freezing temperatures. City officials are warning drivers to take extra caution tonight and early tomorrow morning. Back to you.
All right, some good advice, Katie. Thank you. And the snow did not spare the south either. Steady snowfall in downtown Ruidoso today, just in time for the holidays.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Since I was a kid, I always remember that song. And if it wasn't snow for Christmas, I would always be disappointed.
Well, I hate to upset Wade, but the snow may not stick around. And if it does, the village manager says there is enough snow and salt and cinder on hand to keep the roads there safe. And it snowed as far south as Las Cruces today, an area that rarely sees snow. Highways down there, like I-25, are being monitored for ice and slick spots, but so far there are no closures.